This is FNBS.
We be vibing and chiefin', vibing and chiefin'. We be vibing and chiefin', vibing and chiefin'. Pour up some drink, yeah.
FNBS, Havel J, Special K. This is F Interviews, and we
Special
have
K.
a very special guest. This is going to be a very interesting show. That lady on the screen right there is Miss Chong Kim,
Chong Kim.
and her story's so interesting, so dope. I'm gonna let her tell y'all a little bit about herself. Chong.
Right. Let's hear it.
Hi everyone, how's everyone doing? Whenever I tell people my story, I always say jaws that drop. I'm a survivor of human trafficking here in the United States.
Mhm.
I didn't come here by boat.
Nope.
I didn't come here from a foreign country.
Right.
And I was trafficked in 1994 all the way through 1996. I ranked up as a madam, and from that point on, I found my escape, and I rehabilitated my life in 2003, became a speaker, and I've been on Montel, CNN, MSNBC, CNBC, BBC, Huffington Post Live,
Wow.
and
a lot
all
of
of that.
C's.
And my
Yeah.
story was made into a film called Eden.
Which I need to
starring
check
with
out.
Bo
I'm sorry, I haven't
Bridges
watched
and
it.
Jamie Chung.
Yeah, okay.
And then from that point on, we won 7 awards for the film. And now I'm coming out with a scripted TV series called Every 40 Seconds.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
Speaking of that,
Yes.
since you brought that up, we're going to address that early. The Every 40 Seconds campaign, I've been seeing a little bit of it. Explain that a little bit more so we can know what that's about.
So Every 40 Seconds campaign is actually about a stat came from the FBI and missing and exploited children that every 40 seconds a child or youth goes missing in America. That's equivalent to 2,100 children missing per day. And these are only just reported incidents. Now
Jesus.
imagine how many kids are being missing and are not reported.
Exactly.
And so what I'm doing is I'm creating
half.
a every 40 seconds campaign through the TV series. And through that series, what I plan to do is that every season that we're done with our procedural show, we'll have cast, crew, law enforcement, activists that will be sitting on a panel. So that way the audience can meet their favorite cast, and they'll have autograph signs, things like that, but we'll also have a platform to talk about legislative changes as well as judicial changes.
Awesome.
All right, that's great.
Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
we're going to get into a lot more. That's who Chong is in a nutshell. We're
That was
gonna
a
get
lot.
into a lot.
Right?
We're going to get into a
lot.
whole bunch. We have a lot of questions, Chong. But before we get into it, how are you doing today? I
Right.
should have asked you that first,
I'm
but
great.
oh yeah, I see the smile. The smile is popping
Right.
today.
Like it.
Yes.
We talked, just so y'all know, we talked to Chong like maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, and it's one of the dopest conversations ever. Like, this lady is pretty detailed. I'm gonna just say that
Right.
she has layers, and like I haven't met that many interesting people.
It's
Like,
one-
not that many people shock me in a phone call.
I feel like you're the perfect porridge. Like you're just right.
Yeah,
Like you don't
Ooh.
go too far with something. You like know when to stop, but you also know how to be funny about it. So it's like, in a way, it's like it's good to hear. It's like
Yeah.
you like when you hear stuff that's like kind of sad. And I think if someone's funny when they say it, it makes people want to just hear it more and understand it more because that person's saying it and they're not trying to feel bad about it like
Yeah.
the whole time. So I think this is a good move. This
Yeah,
is a good
yeah.
move.
You got an uplifting like spirit about
You
you.
do have a very uplifting spirit. It's very nice.
Thank you.
But random
You
questions.
know, it's funny.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
I want people to know, whenever I've been doing public speaking for 15 years, the first 5 years I was speaking, I was very depressed. I
Right.
kept crying. I was feeling suicidal. And I felt like that wasn't authentically me, if that makes sense.
Yes.
I felt like the room wanted to hear the gory details, and I felt like I need to be in that victim mentality. So then I took a break for 2 weeks, Then I started watching comedy, and I
Yeah.
didn't realize that a lot of the comedians have actually been through abuse themselves.
Yeah.
Yes.
And so they utilize laughter as a way to go through their pain.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought to myself,
Perfect.
and one of the things I love being on your podcast, I could be blunt and real,
Yeah.
whereas other radio shows, they're like, we need you to talk about this or this. So I'm going to be fucking real today.
Yeah. Oh, that's
So
fucking
I would
awesome.
say,
we do what we do what we want
people
here.
to know that, I'm not this nun. I'm not this woman that doesn't like sex or doesn't like, vulgar humor. I watch Family Guy. I watch Robot Chicken.
Yeah, yeah.
I even make fun of myself.
You better
when
watch
I
Robot Chicken.
do undercover work with the FBI. Some of them will laugh in my ear because I can hear the ear pods in my ear. So when I'm doing a transaction, like let's say at an Asian massage parlor,
Yeah.
and I know they're trafficking kids, I will go in there and I'll pretend I'm a madam, and I'll be like, "Oh, I got a full ghost for you. I got a full pretty girl. You give me more money, and I give you more girls."
Yeah.
And so some of my cop friends will laugh, and I'm like, "Guys, this is serious."
Right.
But it is funny because at the end of the day, if you don't laugh at the situation, and it doesn't mean that I don't care about the situation,
Yeah.
but you can't always be depressing.
Right.
You can't always be, you know, feeling low. And when I do public speaking, one of the things I get is people ask me, "How are you smiling? Why are you happy?" And I'm like, damn it, don't I deserve to be happy?
Not
Do I
exactly.
need to
Like,
walk
it's
around
my
and be
time.
like, "Hi,
Right.
I'm Chong.
Right.
I feel depressed," And I'm not dismissing
Yeah.
other survivors who are not ready to share laughter. I know everyone goes through their pace, and I want to let people know I'm not dismissing other survivors who are not there yet.
Yeah.
I think that the healing has no expiration date. But for
Exactly.
me, I felt like, no, the traffickers, the predators, the child molesters, they robbed me from my happiness.
Yeah.
What is wrong with me wanting to gain it back?
Hell
What
yeah.
Right.
is wrong with me saying, you know what, damn it, I want to be wealthy. I want to create films that matter. But at the same time, I want to have fucking fun with it.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
want to enjoy life and, be on the beach in Malibu, have a beach house,
That'd be
I
dope.
want
That's
to have
Yeah, I
my
want-
life being happy.
I want a
That's
beach
how I
house
see
too,
it.
Chong.
right.
Shit, I
Right.
love that.
But I definitely want to encourage and inspire other survivors that there's nothing wrong in laughter. There's nothing wrong in making fun of yourself.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean that you're less of a human. It doesn't mean that you're not a social activist.
Right.
And to me, I think this whole PC is getting a little out of hand.
Oh hell yeah.
And
PC is
so
getting
me
PC.
being a woman,
Yeah.
me being a woman, I
crazy.
went to go speak in California. And there was a guy, after he heard the horrific story, and he was raising his hand. The way he was raising his hand, he was like slowly raising it. And I was like, "Yes, sir." He was like, "So, do you date?" So I leaned over on the podium and I said, "I love making love to a man." And everyone jumped out. They're like, "Yeah!"
Well, that's
Like,
dope.
perfect.
And
That's
then
dope.
so some of the people there, they're like,
Like that.
"I don't
Yeah.
understand. Why would you want to be with a man after everything what you went through?" And I said, "Let me get this straight. Men did not do this to me. They
Yeah.
were monsters. They were predators. Let's call them for what they are.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
real men do not abuse. Real men do not beat.
Right.
Real men do not exploit and buy children and girls."
God damn it.
And I said,
Right.
"There's also female
Shit.
predators out there.
Love that.
Check this out.
There's also female predators.
Yes.
I'm all about equality on all levels, including other genders. I don't believe in gender bias. I don't believe in the male-hating mentality. If you're going to male bash men, then get off my page.
Right.
I'm not
Yeah.
the one.
Yeah.
Because if you want to get mad for men catcalling you, then you need to quit catcalling men.
Yeah. Yeah, it's that pot calling the kettle black
and
shit.
that's
No,
my
it's-
stance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Would you-
No, I'm just to the 100 exactly the same. Like I feel like everyone, you can't even like just to judge anyone right off the cover. It's like I've met so many different types of people that I would never have expected. That I just to the point where I'm
Yeah.
like I can never do it to anybody. I can't ever put them in a stereotype right away. And I swear, anytime I feel like lately now that I've ever stereotyped anybody, the opposite has happened.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
I'm even more guilty on myself.
Yeah.
Like up to the point I'm like, see, that's what you get. Like that's what you get. You
Mhm.
just gotta change for you. And then it's just like, and that's my mind just going crazy how people can just automatically think things.
Yeah, and I think like you being able to smile after what you went through and people looking like, oh my God. It's like for one, they haven't went through that shit. You know what I mean? So they have no idea. But I think that's
Exactly.
just that's strength. You know
yeah,
what I mean?
that's
Like
super strange.
that's like to go through what you went through. And we gonna get into it, guys. This is FNBS. You know we rabble. This is what we do.
You're right.
But I think that's definite strength when you can go through something like that and find a reason to smile. And at the same time, from my experience, it's just nothing that serious, but just like in shit in your life that's super bad, like it builds a different part of your character.
yeah.
You know what I mean? It gives you that perspective like, okay, I might be here, but God damn it, I was there. I know how bad it can be. I should be smiling right now.
I
you know
think
what I
you
mean?
also have like a small understanding for like things could have even been worse too. Like in
Yeah.
a way, you're like
Yeah.
I know things could be even worse for me, and I know like things I've gotten lucky in a way. I like it's I don't know. It's almost pure like in a way.
yeah, like
And then the whole idea of comedy,
yeah,
like I 100% think comedy is a skill you learn, and you only learn it after going through suffering.
yeah.
Because you have to learn to laugh to be happy again.
Bro, the
And-
saying tears of a clown, bro. Like
Crazy.
it's like the pain gives you all that. You know what I mean? But Chong, we're gonna get into it a little bit. We don't want to get into it too deep. But we do have some questions. I'm sure the fans want to know the whole situation. So let's start at the beginning with it. You said
Okay.
1994. Okay?
1994.
Without anything crossing any lines, how did the situation start, if that's okay to ask?
That's fine. A little background, I did grow up with abuse in my home. So
Okay.
that made me vulnerable to falling into these type of scenarios.
Right.
Two, I didn't have any self-esteem. I thought I was ugly. I thought nobody wanted to be with me. I went to I hate to say this, but a very rural Oklahoma town
Yeah.
where I was the only minority. And so all the guys I had a crush on, they're like, ooh, I don't want to be around a chink.
Yeah.
I didn't know what that was. And so with that, I felt like nobody wanted to be with me. So in 1994, I went to a country bar and I met this guy who was actually wearing a Marine uniform, but he bought his uniform from an Army surplus store.
Oh shit.
So I never knew that he was
Wow.
not really in the military.
Right.
And so, you know, he looked like one of those soap opera guys with the dimples and the blue eyes.
Wow.
And so, but one of the things I didn't catch on back then, that was a red flag. He never talked about himself. He always wanted to come over to my place, and I never got to see where he lived.
Mm.
That's a red flag.
Pay attention,
And so
everybody.
yeah.
I didn't think about that during that time. He was like, hey, I like everything you like. And I thought that was a perfect relationship. I was like, well, I like pink. He's like, I like pink too.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, what a sensitive guy.
Yeah.
And so,
You want to be
Yeah.
accepted though,
Ah.
like you said, you were already had that, which a lot of people have. You already had that like self-esteem thing. So a motherfucker gonna tell you everything you want to hear.
And but you never
You
get
know?
told what to watch out for. Like what you're basically telling people to do. People don't tell you as a younger person,
Yeah.
like, hey, red flags, like things like these.
don't
like
know.
you do not know that
Yeah.
as a person. Like
Like-
you just don't get taught that.
Everybody
Exactly.
pay attention. If you're listening, pay attention. Continue, Chong. Sorry.
okay. And so we did it for 2 weeks. He was already saying, I love you. You're precious to me. You're amazing. And I believed everything he said. Then he said, I want to take you to Florida to meet my parents. So when I asked my girlfriends, even my peers didn't know the red flags.
Yeah.
Because
Yep.
to them, it's all about he was good looking. They're like, girl, he's cute. Go with him. So it didn't matter what the
Right.
guy looked like, as long as he was cute, they were like, hey, go for it. Ever heard of the old saying, if you're good looking, then if you're good looking, it's amazing, but if you're ugly, then it's sexual harassment.
Yeah.
No, and that shit doesn't fly.
Yeah. That's a big thing, though. That's
yeah.
definitely the social standard.
Yeah,
It's something definitely misunderstood.
Like real shit, bro. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Chong.
exactly. So I didn't end up in Florida. I ended up in Nevada on the Indian reservation, and that's where I was trafficked. He sold me off to one of the Albanian or Russian organized crime.
Mm.
And so I never saw him again. I have a book called Broken Silence. It's a lot more detailed. And so they can go to my website to order the book to learn more about it, the details. But one
Right.
of the things I want to say is when I was trafficked on an Indian reservation, a lot of people don't realize that even to this day, FBI cannot go on a reservation without the reservation cooperating with them.
I didn't know
And
that.
so now
either.
Native American groups are being aware about human trafficking on the reservations, and now they're opening up to collaborate. But while I was trafficked, if you see the movie Eden, one of the things you'll notice is that when Eden rents up, they still send her back to the warehouse. That wasn't like that in my real life.
Right.
When I ranked up, they removed me from the warehouse that was on the Indian reservation, and they brought me into the casinos. And when I was in the casino,
This is interesting as
during
shit.
that time, and when I became a madam, my mindset was I need to find a way to get out. Little did I know that when I became a madam, the traffickers want to make sure that I wasn't just going to run off. So they had set up kind of like an initiation when they do with gang members.
Yeah.
Like if you really want to be a blood or you really want to be in a gang, then you got to go shoot somebody.
Yeah.
Well, in the trafficking ring, they're no different. So they're like, if you want to show your loyalty, then we need to see you traffic some girls. So I will admit, yes, I had to traffic some girls.
Yeah.
I hated it. But it was the only way that in my mind, I thought I had to show my loyalty. So that way they would scale back the distrust in me.
Right.
If that makes
Right.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh, disappear for a second.
Okay.
Oh, there it goes.
There you are.
Hey, you're fine.
And so I had to call in, so I had to decline.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened was when I was a madam, once I got training and they taught me how to hunt, so I know how predators think now. They taught me what to look for. They would even tell me we would park across the street from a playground. And he would say, what kid would you pick? So I thought it was the boisterous little girl that would be like, oh, I want to be popular. Everything is all about me, 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 me. So I said, I would pick that girl. And he said, wrong.
Pick the
You
shy
want to pick
person.
the kid
Yeah.
that's the quiet. You want to get the kid that gets bullied a lot because then it's easier to groom them
Yeah.
because they don't have anybody.
It works
And
the
if they're
same way in the
being bullied
streets.
at
It works the
school-
exact same way in the streets with gangs and young dope boys,
Yeah.
everything. They pick the most disenchanted motherfuckers and put them to work.
Yep.
Yep.
Absolutely. And so I remember one time there was this young girl, and I was a madam. She was a minor. I'm not going to specify her age, but I remember she brought me to her home. Back then, I remember her mom was so nice to me. She was glad I was spending time with her daughter. She didn't ask me, where are you from? What school do you go to?
It's like
Who's
genuine
your friend?
friendly.
The
Like
mom
this.
didn't ask. Exactly. And there were times the mom would even ask me that she went to go out with her friends, can I watch her daughter? And I said, yeah.
Damn.
So a lot of the parents don't realize how many times you are sending your kids to a predator on
Yep.
a silver platter.
Mm.
And so when I duped her, I let her drive around the Corvette I was driving, even though it belonged to the trafficker. The trafficker was watching me grooming her.
Yeah.
You know, I would tell her, you know what, you're so pretty, you can be a model. Have you thought about being a model? And she's like, really? I can be a model?
Jesus.
And I was
Oh,
like, of course,
jeez.
you're beautiful. You know, and I used to say, oh, you know, show them what God gave you, show your body, things like that. And then I would share, you know, smoking weed with her, and then I would get her into narcotics. into cocaine. I laced weed with primos, hotspot.
Well, you
These
got to
are
like weaken the mind a
names
little
that we
bit,
used to
huh?
call back in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, and so once I was able to get her trust, and then I also found out that the parents also had financial issues. So that
Oh.
became my um, my priority to give them money to start luring their daughter away, saying, "Hey, I can put your daughter into a modeling career, things like that." And the mom would be like, "Oh, that's great. Do you think they can pay her early? Because we have some bills to take care of."
Jeez.
This all makes so
Absolutely.
much logical sense to me,
That
though, in a
that's
way, like why it's working and everything.
all right. Let me ask two questions, Chong, before you continue.
Okay.
Um, I don't know which one to start with first, cause like this is crazy to me. But what is your mind state like? Are you like
During that time,
yeah? Are you literally just in survival
Yeah,
mode?
are you like fueled by fear? Is it
yes, I was snorting 9 lines of cocaine every other hour because
right?
I could not concept the reality of what I was doing.
How
And I
Yeah, I
felt
think
like
that
the
puts you more
more
in
that
a
I was
yeah.
using, I didn't want to face reality. And in my mind, I thought if I don't do it, someone is going to do it to her. Someone is going to be a lot more violent and aggressive to her.
yeah.
Right? No,
And
I like how you're
to
saying
this
this.
day, I still have nightmares. I still have insomnia. I can still see the faces the girls I trafficked and the girls I couldn't save.
Yeah.
And I've had people say, you're disgusting because of what you did.
They've
But
never been put
if
in
you
that
were in
scenario
my
ever.
shoes and
Yeah.
you were trafficked, what would you have done differently?
Yeah.
And that's the thing that people don't get because it is Stockholm syndrome, it's brainwashing. And honestly, 25 years ago, I would never have thought I would ever
Yeah.
get to escape. I literally thought I was going to die
You're going
as a
with
nun,
absolutely
either
no
from
knowledge
overdose
of how it
or they
works.
were going to kill me.
Yeah.
Like that's
You
the
know?
scariest thing. Going anywhere and having literally no knowledge of what's going on or how it works.
Yeah,
You
man.
pretty much did like the best like survival tactic possible, being just hey, let me just figure it out before I do anything.
That's like the biblical definition of can't beat 'em, join 'em.
In a way, yeah, like or
Like,
like let me
Yeah.
understand my scenario before doing something stupid. Like
yeah,
it's
it's like,
patience. You have the idea of patience.
that's all you can do. You know what I mean? But and my other question though, before I forget, the madam thing. Now, like
Mhm.
and I'm only asking from just a criminal
Are you thinking about the
hierarchy.
ranks?
Yeah,
I'm
like I'm
curious
just
about the
curious, like the
ranks.
criminal hierarchy thing. Like, how do they make the decision? Like, how do they make the decision for you to be a madam? Like, and if that's too much, you don't have to answer it, of course. All respect.
No, that's fine. I actually approached them
Oh shit. Okay.
because I approached them because I want to get out of the warehouse. I want to get out of the day-to-day abuse. So
Smart
I
woman.
figured,
I was gonna say
why
survivable
not
smarts.
join them? Exactly. So basically, I had to strategize my escape. Even if that meant I had to be chameleon and pretend that and I knew the traffickers weren't looking for sex.
Yeah.
Everything was about profit motive. So I said, you get me, who are manning your phones? I asked them that. They said, all of our men. No, you don't need men to man your phones.
Right.
You need a woman to man your phones. So I had to talk to them like I knew what was going on. I
Yeah.
had to talk to them as if I knew how to run an
Like, hey, I'm
escort
smarter
service.
than you already at
And
this
I had
shit.
never done it before, but I had to think like a woman, not like a man.
How
And
long?
because I did do law enforcement training before I was trafficked, I
Yeah.
knew what law enforcement would look for. So if they're calling, pretending to be a John, and you got a man answering the phone, selling women, that's a red flag. That means the cops are on you. But
Yeah.
if you have a woman answering the phone, saying, hi, this is escort service, what would you like? We can send a lady out to you to be your companion.
Yeah.
Because all of that is legal.
Mm.
And people don't realize that
Yeah.
because
No,
it's
it's smart.
considered an
Crazy.
LLC,
This is smart
an
shit.
actual business.
Wow.
And so I told them, I said, let me man the phones because I know what they're allowed to say and what they're not allowed to say.
Yeah.
So, for example, there was a guy that called and I said, welcome to Seductive Secrets. How can we help you? And he said, well, I want a woman to give me oral. And I said, I'm sorry, we're not a sex industry. And I would hang up. Just in case the cops were tapping our phones. We can't talk about that stuff. And that's how I knew he wasn't a regular either.
Yeah.
Because all of our regulars,
yeah,
they were
wording's everything.
CEO, they were corrupted officials. Some of them were celebrities.
Mm.
Some of them were also from the professional wrestling. They would call us up, pay $10,000 an hour for a beautiful girl to wrap her arms around a famous wrestler.
That's not
I'm not going
surprising.
to say any names
Yeah,
because I
no.
don't want to get in trouble or anything, but you see those hot girls that walk down the ramp on the UFC or on those WWE or Raw, they
Yeah.
know where those girls came from.
Yeah.
And those girls are not the female wrestlers.
Mm.
And so our escort service were being
This is
called for that.
interesting as fuck.
So
Wow.
I was manning the legal age. Once I ranked up, I got to man the legal side. The legal age escort service.
Yeah.
Now this is what I did. It's another manipulation that people didn't realize. Well, I didn't trust my girls. I didn't care if they were 18 and over. I didn't trust them because some of the girls, they would try to get the clients all for themselves because there's a 40-60 split.
Mm.
So they would make 60% of the calls I would provide for them. They had to pay me 40%. Some of the girls would give their number to the Johns so that way they can keep 100%. So the way I had to check them, so back then, and it's funny because I was in my 19, 20 years old at the time, I would drive around fast food restaurants in the drive-thru, and I would see who was a young kid that would be making the windows for the drive-thru. So then what I would do is I would drop a little, a weed in there to see if he wanted more,
Yeah.
because I wanted to test him.
That's
And
smart
so
as
when I
fuck.
would come back and I'll say, hey, is Tommy here? They're like, hey, Tommy. And I said, did you like that gift I dropped for you? And he was like, yeah.
Tommy
So
loved
if
it.
you want more of that, I can provide you a business. And he said, okay. And what I did was I would take these young guys and I said, you have to be able to have a driver's license. Or if you don't, I can help you get a driver's license, but you have to know how to drive.
Yeah.
You're like, I can do that. What do you want me to do? So I would pay them to drive my girls to the calls, and they would be the one to tell me what goes down.
Mm.
So they would say, hey, this girl Raina, she gave her number to old boy, and I'm like, thank you. Then I would handle old girl, and I would bring her in front of all my other girls, and I would bring two gorilla pimps and watch them beat the crap out of her.
Yeah.
Because it was about principle. You don't give out your number to any of my clients that I provide for you. And in Vegas, what happened in Vegas, and now I feel like I'm saying a commercial, what happened in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah.
But in a high-end escort service, I made sure that the girls looked like Playboy models. They
Yeah.
were making anywhere between 5,000 to 10,000 per hour.
Jesus
And that's not
Christ.
including sexual services. So if the clients wanted
Jeez.
sexual services, we would have the client sign a document saying that we are not responsible for what goes on between him and the girl. That way it freed us from promoting sexual services
Also
or
smart.
prostitution.
Yeah, no,
Jesus.
it's like covering your back doors or
Yeah.
fucking away.
Chong, you said I heard you say 19, 20. I want to. How old were you in '94 when it happened? If that's a rude question
I
in
was
general.
19.
Okay, and
I
how
was
long?
19. However, when I was trafficked, they sold me as a 13-year-old Japanese girl.
Oh
They
wow.
sold me
Oh,
as
wow.
Chinese, Japanese, Filipino. Even some of them, they thought I was Native American. All I had to do is just be quiet and not say a word.
How
But
long?
knowing that these adult men were seeing a 13-year-old child made me want to puke. Because they
Yeah.
would look at me and they're like, thank you for seeing me. My wife would get upset.
Oh
Then they
my
would touch
God.
Nah,
my
this is
skin, and they're like, oh, you're fresh meat.
There's some disgusting
like,
motherfuckers in
all
All
there.
right, that's fucking
Jesus.
crazy.
Yeah.
How
This
long?
is-
How long did it take you into this to make that play, the madam play? How long did it take you into it to be like, all right, I'm
About
gonna
13,
be
like 6
more
years?
pro fucking active? In
I actually don't know the exact timeline, but I would say somewhere between 3 to 6 months. But
okay,
it felt like forever.
yeah, of course, yeah, yeah.
It could be longer than 6 months because when you're being held in a warehouse, you don't have a clock, you don't have a window. So even if you're there for 24 hours, being held in there, it feels like a week.
Of course.
Yeah.
You don't know what the time is.
Jesus Christ.
And so that's the hardest part. They did a research with 2 police officers that were sitting in isolation in jail, and they said it was only 1 week that they both got to sit in there. One was sitting in G-pop, the other one was in isolation. So when they interviewed both cops, the cop that was in isolation, he developed complex PTSD.
Damn.
And
In a
so
week?
people don't realize the psychological damage that does to you when you're being held in a room with no window, no timing, and you're
Yeah, it's
isolated.
like driving me
Do-
crazy.
Like, do
Drive
you even
crazy.
bother thinking about time at that point?
I think that would just drive you more crazy thinking about time. Like, how long have
Yeah.
I been in here? And then it just would eat you alive in a way.
Yeah. All right. So, sorry, Chong, but into this, it was 94 to 96. Was there a point ever where you knew you had an out in this shit? Was there ever a point where you felt like, okay, I can get away?
There were multiple times I thought about that, but I also immediately brushed it off.
Yeah.
Because I was observing all the people that were connected with it, from politicians, celebrities, judicial officials, and I was like, I'm fucked. There's no way I can ever get out. But when I found out I was pregnant, that became my force of determination.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want this happening to my child.
Right.
Yeah.
Because people
I see
don't
that.
realize that there's a baby farm that traffickers are using to pregnate girls. And then once the girls are pregnant and they have their babies, they take their babies away. Then they make the girls work again, but then they raise the babies. They put them up in black market adoption, or they recycle them back into the sex industry for infants, toddlers, and small children
God
for
damn.
pedophiles.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's fucking sickening. So you
That's
say,
crazy.
everybody listen,
That's why
pay attention, and be
when
careful.
I knew that,
Jesus Christ.
I couldn't stay. Now, if I had never been pregnant, I probably would have stayed longer because by then I was already addicted to the drugs, so I needed the money to supply my habit. I
Yeah.
was into cocaine, meth, crack, heroin, all of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
I mean-
I've been 18 years clean.
That's
Yeah.
impressive.
And that's fucking,
No, that's
that's
impressive.
beautiful. Congratulations on that. But I mean,
Thank you.
I can understand that because I'm pretty sure all that shit was a coping mechanism. Like,
In a way,
Yeah.
yeah, just to like
get away from the fucking fuckery of it.
kind of to numb the whole thought.
Yeah. Like, but next question, and like, I want to ask so many questions, but I don't want to cross any lines. So I'm going to ask this one.
Okay.
And I don't want to take all the, especially, can you have anything you want to ask before I get into this next one?
Now you can go first.
Okay. So you escaped, and that's fucking dope. And before I even ask my general question, I was gonna ask, what is like? I'm sure you've done research. You know a lot about this shit. How likely is it that people actually get away from that?
It's not very likely.
Yeah.
Because most victims actually, some of them end up becoming a female trafficker as well. Some of them end up killing their traffickers or pimps, and then they get tried in court as a murderer
Which is,
instead of looking at it from her point of view.
Yeah, like a self-defense.
yeah.
You know, it's either you either join them or you kill them, and either way, it's like damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
If you try to get out as a victim, most of the time they get killed. If they do successfully get out, now if they don't get any healing or any proper rescue, then a lot of times they don't live after 7 years. 7 years means starvation to drug addiction, overdose, suicide.
I mean,
I can see drug addiction being like number one instantly.
all those
Yeah.
make sense. Like, you're not given any conditions to live any other kind of fucking life, though.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
It's the whole-
And the sad part is, the hardest part about surviving after this is the aftermath, because most of the girls who have been trafficked also has a felony record. So we can't get a job, we can't get housing, we can't get on welfare. So what other option do we have but to go back in the sex industry and have to sell ourselves to survive? And that's the part that the system and the advocacy system is not understanding, because we get so many women, and I was an adult, I wasn't a minor. So when they came out with a safe harbor law, they gave benefits to minors that were trafficked. There's nothing for me. I was 19 years old, so they see it as, well, you were an adult, so you choose. No, I choose to survive. I choose to stay alive. Even if that meant I had to be the very thing that I hated, but I had to do what I had to do. And for years, I used to carry the guilt and shame of what I went through. But then I realized, you know what? I know everything about the illicit trade. And so when the FBI started contacting me saying, we need your help, I was like, well, damn, they're going to listen to me.
Yeah.
So I told them, this is what you need to look out for.
Yeah. And I want to get into that too.
And so I always tell them, be careful, because even with commercial real estate, they're making money under the table for selling kids and girls.
Jesus.
And boys get trafficked as well. I want people to know that.
Yeah.
And that labor trafficking is not an international.
Yeah, I would see it being both ways.
An international issue. So let's say you got a 16-year-old kid that got a murder rap, and he gets out of juvie at the age of 18. Well, he's got a felony and a murder sheet.
Yeah.
Who's going to hire him
for
a job?
No
so
one.
if I'm in Madden and I see that 17-year-old kid, I'm going to come to him and I'm going to say, do you know how to drive? Yes, ma'am. Well, guess what? I've got that muscle car right there. I'll teach you how to drive a stick shift. I need you to take that car across state lines. What the kid did not realize, when I tell him, I'm going to pay you $50,000 to take this car from Texas to Arizona. And you're going to meet my guy there, and he's going to pay you another $50. The only rule I want you to follow, whatever you do, do not look in the trunk.
Mm-hmm.
If you do, then we will have to cut off any of your fingers.
Yeah.
So what he does is he takes the car, takes it to Arizona. Well, guess what? What he didn't realize is that he transported a body of a minor. So when the cops pull him over, he gets busted. We don't.
Yeah.
So a lot of people don't realize how traffickers and pimps utilize young teenagers to do their dirty work as well.
And they wouldn't know enough to even say, like, that person got caught. They wouldn't even know enough to even be like, well, wait, this lady called me and said, like, that wouldn't lead anywhere.
$50,000 to a kid too is like
$50,000 to
treasure
any
chest.
fucking body, bro.
You're like, holy fuck.
I feel like if you make $250K a year and a motherfucker come out of nowhere and give you
drive
50K,
a car. You want me to drive a car? I just got out of juvie.
Ain't too many people saying no to 50K.
And you're giving me the car? Okay.
Your values have to be at 100,000.
Crazy.
To walk away from 50K, no matter the upbringing or anything. So, like you said, a kid is gonna that's without fucking question.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about that. That's fucking insane, but that's how it works, I guess. But
it's all about manipulation.
Yeah.
It's all about manipulation.
Yeah, everybody got their price too.
Profit motive is all about getting the money and doing what they need to do to get to their next destination. And that means they'll use anybody, boys, girls, kids, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That they seem vulnerable.
Did you ever get busted at all during this whole situation as a madam?
Oh, I had cops bust me, but all I had to do is call my trafficker and everything would be erased.
Well, you said it was corrupt.
Would it be like instant too? Like, you're okay to go? Like, you make that phone call within 10 minutes? Boom. That's crazy.
That's insane. That's
crazy.
That's real organized.
The thing was, back then, they actually gave me an ID. It had my picture on it, but it wasn't my information. So whenever the cop would run my ID, guess what? My trafficker knew about it. It would ping to him. He would somehow find out. Then this guy would come into the interrogation room. I didn't know who he was. He said, I'm your attorney. And I
Yeah.
said, okay.
Probably some
'Cause he
badass
already
attorney
trained me.
too.
He said, if you ever get caught, don't say anything. My trafficker trained me. If you ever get caught, don't say anything. Don't panic. Just sit there. I'm going to send someone to you.
Yeah.
So every time I got busted, there was this guy that would come. And every time I got busted, there would always be a different guy to come in and take me out.
That's real organized crime right there. God damn.
When they picked you up too, was it like it was a thing like you got to the point like, all right, nice meeting you. See you. Have a good night. Like that was it.
Exactly. But what many people didn't realize is that my
Crazy.
trafficker literally had a list of all the judges, DAs, public defenders that were into kiddie porn. So he would say, hey, my girl is in jail. I'm going to release all the footage
Oh,
of
blackmail.
some little kid giving you a Hummer unless you bail my girl out.
Yeah.
And
That's
how it comes down.
blackmail is worth more than any amount of dollars.
It really is.
If you're a person of power, your only concern, and especially if you're doing dirt, your only concern is what the fuck's in your closet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's the first thing you're worried.
like-
The kid crossing the border before. Now it's like, hey, now we want to look at your closet type thing. You're like,
Yeah.
all right, you can do it. I'll do whatever you want.
that money shit is bracket oriented. It's like once you pass a certain amount of riches, you're untouchable to an extent.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? But all right, Chong, I got another question.
It's-
We see you're here, you're free, you're not in that bullshit anymore. We're all happy about that for sure. How the
Thank
fuck?
you.
How the fuck did you get away? How did you escape?
When I was strategizing my escape, it wasn't a one night situation.
Yeah,
So when I was looking at the thermostat, I was looking at the vents. And I remember when I was a kid, I was watching James Bond with my dad. At that time, I was less than 100 pounds. And so I wanted to know, so I was talking to the maintenance guy. Well, to be blunt, I was basically seducing the maintenance guy
yeah,
so I could learn every avenue of how to get out, what vents should I go to, which one should I not go to, and he would give me all the details. He would
Yeah.
show me the blueprint. This is where you're at. You need to get to here.
yeah,
And so from that point on, so I actually crawled through a vent. As crazy as people may think it is, I don't care. You weren't there. You don't know what it's like when you only have seconds to get the fuck out.
yeah,
You will do whatever it takes. You will do whatever it takes to get out. Because I knew if I got caught, I was either going to be dead, I was going to be brutalized, or I was going to lose a body part.
mm,
And me being pregnant, I could not let them know I had a baby either.
yeah, yeah,
So I had to do what I had to do. So I went out through a vent, and then from the vent, I fell into one of the other rooms. Then I went through the laundry chute. And then from the laundry chute, that's when I got out. When a guy pulled up, I remember he was one of the Johns, so I spoke broken English. I said, "Oh, hello, you want to have a good time? I give you a good time. I get in your car. You like an Oriental woman? I give you a good time."
yeah,
And he's like, "Oh yeah." So I got in his car. We went down the alley. I took off my stiletto heel and I bashed him over the head.
yeah,
And let me tell you, he did not die because a year later he tried to charge me
yeah,
for first-degree assault.
mm,
But that's how I got away. I took his car, I drove off, then I dumped his car, and the rest of the way I hitchhiked. And I was in stiletto heels, and I was in a lingerie dress.
yeah,
And then I stopped at this corner store. I saw this kid. He was in there, and he just looked at me. And I was, it was kind of like those corner stores that have like shirts and T-shirts that
Yeah.
they sell there, like a tourist. And so I saw these two big guys that were one of the bodyguards for the trafficker. They came into the store. And so the kid looked at me, and I was hiding inside the clothing area.
yeah,
And they were looking around, they were walking around. They asked him, "Have you seen a short little Asian girl?" And he said, "No." And they're like, "Okay," and they walked out. When they walked out, the guy said, "Man, they're gone." And he said, "You're safe now." If he would have snitched on me or told on me, that would have been the end of it.
yeah,
He didn't
It was
know
like
me.
the perfect person.
So
yeah,
in
bro.
some essence, I believe that there is a God out there because there are certain things I went through that is unexplainable. Does that make sense?
And
Yeah,
everyone says
yeah,
there's good
And
yeah.
people in
so
a way
when I
too.
got out, he saw bruises on me. He said, "Are you okay?" And I was like, "I'm okay." He said, "Do you want me to call the police?" And I was like, "No, because my boyfriend is the police." I
Yeah.
had to say it that way because I was afraid that if the cops got called, then the traffickers would be paid. I didn't know who knew the trafficker, and I wasn't going to take that risk.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
No, yeah, it makes perfect sense.
So that's how I got away. And from that point on, I didn't have an ID. I didn't have anything. So from that point on, I continued the life of crime. I did small theft. I, used to take money from churches. And in my mind, back then, I was like, you know what? This is about survival. I didn't care anymore. If anybody got in my way, I would do whatever I had to do
Right.
to feed myself, to sleep, to find a place to sleep. I even prostituted myself to survive.
Right. Right. I mean, you had to use the tools, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's the tools you
Yeah.
know in a way too.
so.
Um,
Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Well, I mean, just seeing the kid in the whole store and be able to hide. It also is like, it's a perfect opportunity too. Like when you're just going through a bunch of shit and then to have some completely random person show you like a good sign of faith. It's where you're really like,
Yes.
why this person had no reason to do this. Like this person just literally risked their life in a way. They have no idea what they did, just so they could help me.
Yeah. I'm sure.
And
Yeah.
before he's even asking, like, hey, should I do this? They ask you before they even call something. They don't try to be the hero. They just try to understand a scenario. And I
Yeah.
think that's the best kind of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the whole game changer.
Yeah, like that one person just changed
Exactly.
everything.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What was my question? So you got away and you had to do what you had to do. You know what I mean? I don't blame you for that. Um. I guess my question would be, what's your goal then? 'Cause you know what I mean? Because I know you had the family life thing. You know, you didn't really have like, I don't know if you had things to go back to, but where were you trying to get to? You were already free. You were out, and you were doing what you had to do. What was your next move after that?
Just start. I guess
Just survival.
Yeah.
starting over and
Just
surviving.
survival because I had no idea where my life was going to go.
Yeah.
I didn't imagine I didn't imagine I was going to speak. I didn't know how long I was going to continue self prostitution
Yeah.
to survive because I honestly had no one. But through my journey, I had people, strangers that became my friends, that became my new family.
It's always that's
There were
always
times
strange.
I would hide in the projects. They would help me out. They would, I remember this one guy named Junior. Well, he went by Junior, and he was one who let me stay in the projects. He
Yeah.
would tell his friends that I was cool. And so all the women, they opened their doors for me. They're like, okay, you're a female. Come and join us in the kitchen. I got to learn how to make collard greens,
Yeah. Hell
um,
yeah.
boiled cabbage, buttermilk biscuit. I mean,
Oh
everything
shit.
like that. And so when I stayed in the project, I felt more safe than I was anywhere else
Yeah.
because I knew one, they weren't going to call the cops on me. They weren't going to. They didn't ask me where I came from.
Yeah. We
They
don't do that.
weren't in my business. They were just like, hey, you're one of us. We're going to protect you. But at the same time, I didn't want to put their life at risk, so I didn't stay very long.
Yeah.
So I would leave. Then I would have people from church that offered a place to stay, that helped me out, that fought for me. Then I would meet different people. An old lady that offered her home to me. She let me stay with her. But every person I came across when I was traveling, none of them knew me as Chong. I
Yeah.
never told my real name because I didn't want them to get in trouble.
Right.
So
Right.
when I was at the projects, I would say, oh, my name is Tiffany. If
Yeah.
I was with the old lady, I told her my name is Stacy. If I was with church people, I would say my name is so and so.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want people to know. Now there were some people that ended up knowing my name because sometimes I slept, and they're like, "Oh, your name is Kim or Chong or things like that." And so, but after a while, when I became a mother again, because remember I was pregnant when I
Yeah.
left my trafficking, right?
Yep.
When I placed my daughter for adoption.
Okay.
And so when I placed her for adoption, Then I became a mother again. I had a son.
Okay.
And so during the process from my escape until after my son was born, I lost friends that were supposedly through suicide or overdose that I know that the traffickers came after.
Yeah.
So I got angry. I had to find a way to survive and to still be above water. So when I moved out to Minnesota, I became an advocate for domestic violence. That's when they introduced the terminology human trafficking. So
Mm.
then I was like, hey, that happened to me. And they're like, no, it only happens to foreign women. And I was like, excuse me? That's not true.
Yeah.
So that's when that changed my life completely. Because when
Wow.
I mentioned that I was a survivor, I got to go on Montel, CNBC, MSNBC.
Yeah.
The next thing I knew, because I was on these TV shows, that's when a production company in Los Angeles reached out to me and said, we want to do a story about you. I didn't think it was going to happen. But then when we made the film, we won 7 awards. But I didn't think I made any difference because everyone was all about Jamie Chung, the actress,
Yeah.
until I was getting letters and emails and messengers and friend requests. People were asking me, thank you. Thank you for sharing your story. And moms, dads, brothers, uncles. My sister went missing. My brother went missing. Can you help me? So that's when I realized the impact that I made. And I didn't want to stop. I wanted to help people.
Yeah.
But then I started
It's good.
realizing, well, I can't help them if I'm currently broke. I can't help them, because they don't have money. So I thought, well, how can I help them on a bigger platform? And that's when I came up with the idea to come out with a procedural TV series.
Yeah.
And so when I do undercover operations or whenever I get to consult on a case, I still have friends that are felons. I still have friends that used to be in a gang. I
Yeah.
still have
Yeah.
friends that were pimps or still pimps. And this is the crazy part. Some of my friends that are pimps, they will say, well, I don't believe in selling kids. So if you need help in finding another pimp that uses kids, I'll go help you find him. And they
Wow.
do. And I always tell the FBI or the law enforcement, if you want to know where I get my information, don't ask.
Yeah.
Because the people that give me the information, they're still in a life, and I need their trust.
Yeah. How did
Yeah.
you?
Because they won't tell you where to find that pimp.
Yeah. How did you end up
So,
like doing the FBI thing? Did they come to you?
yes,
Oh,
they
okay.
came to me when they heard me speak and share my story.
Okay. Hell yeah.
And they said, we want to learn the organized level of crime. And I said, absolutely.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Did you ever think at like some points during the whole journey, like you met people kind of in a way, like in the same scenario situation where you're like, you kind of talk to them and instantly they're like, hey, we're doing the same thing you're doing. Like we're just fitting in for right now. Like we were put in the same position. We're kind of just surviving. And they were actually kind of like in a way good people, but they were just put in that spot, and so they were just playing that role. If that
In
makes any
the
sense.
trafficking rule, or
Yeah, like in the whole trafficking role, like you would maybe meet anybody else who was just literally there, just trying to survive. In a way, it would feel like, or just someone just going through a same
yeah,
scenario.
some of the victims were there to survive, and some of the victims didn't care anymore. They're
Mm.
like, what's the
Ah,
use of surviving? There's no such thing as freedom. They didn't want to leave. Just like what Harriet Tubman said, if I could save more slaves, if they would allow me to, because some of the slaves didn't want to leave
Yeah.
because they were conditioned that, hey,
right.
I got my 3 square meals. I'm conditioned, and I was at that point at one time in my life.
Yeah.
But after seeing so many kids being brutalized, raped, and killed, I was like, I can't take this anymore.
Yeah.
This I can't do this anymore. And that's what motivated me to strategize my escape.
Mm.
Damn.
That's insane. Okay, so with all that, you got free you helping FBI. You're speaking to people, making a change. And I did do a little research. I saw a few of the old magazine articles with you and the Jenny Chung, right? Is that her name?
Yes,
And I like
she
I,
was on Hangover 2.
yeah, I saw like the article with y'all on the cover. That was super dope. Um, and I saw a lot of different things. I saw the Montel situation. Um, what was my question? I forgot. Damn it. But no,
Smooth.
that happens. But with all this going on, how long did it take you to get to where you are now? Like the person I talked to on the phone that's just, living life and
Embracing it.
happy as shit. And I'm gonna ask you a few more stories, about relationships and shit like that. But how long did it take you to get to this point? Like, and what did it? Was it the feedback from other people, or was it just you letting go and like just embracing, like, hey, I went through this. It's time to be a better me. Like, how long was that process of rebuilding yourself?
I actually didn't think about rebuilding myself until I met my son's father. He was the one that ignited the change. Because
Okay.
when I met him in Pittsburgh, he actually saw me, and I said, you know what, I can't stand it when dudes, they be treating us like we some objects or something. I used to
Yeah.
wear Daisy Dukes, I had a halter top, and I was wearing stiletto pumps. So
Oh
he
shit.
came up behind me, slapped me on my butt, and he said, hey, Mamacita, wear more clothes and I'll treat you like a lady. I was
Oh shit.
pissed.
Oh
But
boy.
but the one thing I will say, because I know women will get pissed and find it misogynist, I did not. Because through the years before I met my son's father, nobody taught me the real truth.
Yeah.
Nobody taught me how to get respect. So when he and I met, trust me, I was pissed at him. I did not want to have nothing to do with him. But then there was something I could not stop thinking about him. He could not stop thinking about me. And
Mm.
so he would tell me when we finally got together and we decided to date, all I cared about was sex. I said,
Mm.
I was taking off my clothes, and he was like, what are you doing? And I said, I want to give you whatever fantasy you want. I'll give you a threesome. I'll give you whatever you want. I do orgies. I do all of this. And
That's
I
all you
remember he
knew.
sat across from me, and
Yeah.
he was like, he looked at me and he said, what do you want? Because no one ever asked me that. He said, what do you want? And I said, well, whatever you want.
Damn.
And he said, well, what do you think I want? And I said, I can do anything. And so I asked him, I said, what is your biggest fantasy? And he actually said to me, my biggest fantasy is to have my heart skip a beat when I
Damn.
look at that one woman that I want to be with.
Oh
And at
shit.
first I was like,
Nice.
what are you, gay?
Dang.
And so,
Excuse me, motherfucker. Wow,
because
crazy.
I was not used to that.
Yeah, you didn't know.
I
Yeah.
was not used to having a connection.
Yeah.
And so, and the funny thing was, he was like, he had tattoos up and down his arms. He was into biker stuff. He would bring me to a bikers club. I was so scared, but they treated me like family.
Yeah.
And he would tell me, he said, if a man loves you, he's not going to say, if you love me, do this and this and this.
Right.
That's a manipulator. He said, if a man really loves you, he's not going to want to share you with anybody. And he said, there's nothing wrong in jealousy as long as you have a healthy jealousy.
Yeah.
He taught me that. So then he said, why are you doing prostitution? Is it the money? Is it the lifestyle? And so at that time I said, no, it's what they did to me. He said, who is they? So I told him about my trafficking. And he said, do you know that you living the life of misery is only giving them power?
Yeah.
And I said, what are you, Mr. fucking Rogers all of a sudden? And so he said, as hard as this may sound, he said, the best revenge is to become the success they can never imagine.
100%.
And in my
Yep.
mind, I'm thinking, that's never going to happen. I'm never going to be successful. And he was the one who taught me, you can do anything you put your mind to.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, I want to have $1 million. It's not happening. And he said, no, it doesn't work that way. You have to work at it. And I said, why do I have to work at getting my life back when they were the ones who took it?
Yeah.
And he said, you're right. That's not fair. But at the same time, if you doing nothing, is not going to get you to success either.
Mm.
So I was like,
No.
damn it. So after he passed away, that's what made me wake up.
Yeah.
Because I remember that small moment, even though we were together between 6 to 9 months, that was the happiest moment I ever had in my life.
Yeah.
I never felt so much love. He would never call me a bitch. When we would get into an argument, he would literally just walk out. He would literally walk out. I was the one that said, fine, leave, you
Sounds
fucking
like
ass.
me.
I hate you. I don't want to be with you. You're nothing but a fuck. And he would look at me. He said, I love you. I love you. That's all he would say to me.
He understood
And I
you.
would be
He
the one
really loved
that
you.
was abusive.
That's real fucking love
You
right
know?
there.
Yes.
Hell.
I even wrote it in my book. I even shared that I used to be the type of woman that used to hit my men. If the men, I would ask the men, "Do you get? Are you allowed to hit women?" They're like, "No." If they pissed me off, I punched them in the face.
Damn.
Until I ended up with a guy that punched me back. So after a while, I stopped.
Yeah.
And so now I advocate. You know, there was a post on Facebook and they showed The Rock, and this woman was hitting him, slapping him, beating him, and he didn't hit her back. And this woman said, "Now that's a real man." And I actually wrote back to her and I said, "No, that is a real man, but she's not a real woman.
Yeah.
Because real women don't hit either."
Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed anymore. I'm at a place in my life where I am at peace. I'm at peace with the sins that I've created and the sins that I've done. But at least I'm doing something about it.
Yeah.
At least I'm turning my sins into something to give people opportunity. I'm teaching people what to be aware of, how to look out for things.
That's and that goes right. That was gonna,
genius.
I was gonna ask that too. Like, even in this day and age, like, let me ask two questions. How, and I know you probably had know more about it than me or most people. How bad is that shit now? Like the whole sex trafficking thing. Like, how bad is it now, just in America wise?
It's growing. It's really growing. And if we look at, and according to the National Crime Statistic, 424,000 children went missing in America last year.
God damn.
424,000.
What would you suggest?
Half a
And
million.
these are just the reported.
Yeah. What would you suggest? What are the warning signs for, even if you're a teenager, a child, like a parent? What are the warning signs? Is it just general common sense of,
one
hey,
of the
watch,
quick
be careful,
things-
watch your fucking ass, or is there particular things that people can like have their fucking head up for?
One of the things that I will say is that parents need to be parents. Quit being best friends with your kids.
Yeah.
If you got teenagers, you need to know their password.
Yeah.
They don't need to know the password. You need to set up the account. You need to create the password where they have to constantly ask you. I don't care about privacy. I don't care that they're 16 years old. I don't care that they are going to express themselves.
Yeah.
Because
I get it.
let me tell you this. If you look at how many kids that come from healthy homes, they are less likely to be vulnerable in trafficking than kids who don't have a good home. Now, the problem is it's not so much of nowadays with the internet, parents that want to be best friends, they're putting their kids at vulnerability. But the other side of it is what we're not talking about. What about the kids who don't have parents? What about the kids that the parents are in and out of lockdown? The parents are prostitutes. They're pimping their own kids out. How do we rescue those kids? How do we enlighten opportunity for those type of kids? The kids that are latchkey kids. Because every program that offers after school, they don't have enough funding, so they get shut down. So
Yeah.
then guess what? We've given our kids to the streets. That's where we need to make the change. That's where we need to start.
Yeah, like me as a
And
parent,
as
man, like
parents, I have a podcast, my website, and even the TV series. We're going to show a story like our pilot is called Catfish. It was inspired by a real FBI case of a 15-year-old girl that went on MySpace pretending to be a boy, and she abducted an 11-year-old girl. What I did with that story, in that case, I put it into my pilot, and I made it relevant to today, like Snapchat, Kik.
Yeah, no, it's super
WhatsApp.
relevant.
yeah,
So it's about this teenage girl that goes on this chat to meet vulnerable girls. And kids, parents, you need to listen to what your kids are saying in chat. You need to read their text because you have no idea how many FBI transcripts that I'll read from an 8-year-old girl that I read in a transcript in the FBI case. She said, guess what? My mom's on her fucking rag. She beat the shit out of me today. I want to fucking die.
Damn.
These kids are talking about the parents
Yeah.
in the chat room. As a predator,
Crazy.
they're going to see that as opportunity.
Yeah, that's vulnerability. Easy.
Yeah.
So
Like easy.
watch what
You
your
got a
children
coupon.
are saying.
Yeah.
And instead of getting mad at them, maybe you need to redirect your anger and your disciplinary style
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah, like I'm a parent too, and like it's so many goddamn threats when it comes to kids. It's insane. So like I'm not, like when I have my kids with me, because you know we don't live together. You know, what I mean, their mom have them and I have them, and then my mom will have them. But I'm pretty sure I'm the overbearing parent. You know what I mean? Like I'm watching everything. Like stay in front of me when you walk, and
Absolutely.
don't be
Yeah.
fucking gazing at shit around you. You know, like pay attention to
Eyes
me where
forward,
I'm
yeah.
like, yeah, all that shit. Like I'm on it, and it's constant. You know what I'm saying? But
Exactly.
I feel like that's
But
necessary.
the one thing I do want to share, because when you look at articles about teachers, coaches, gymnasts, ministers,
Yeah,
and how
bro.
they had access to your kids, one of the things that I want to share with people, when you hire people like that, they're not going to have a record. So get that out of your mind. The way you need to do interviews. So let's say you are hiring a babysitter.
I've talked about this. This is crazy.
Ask
Yeah.
them why they love kids.
Yeah,
And listen to the romance that they have about children.
yeah,
If you hear, guys in the locker room talk, if you hear a guy that says, man, have you seen that girl, and you notice that this girl is on Nickelodeon, and you're like, dude, you're 25, what are you watching Nickelodeon for?
yeah,
And he says, oh, that 13-year-old girl, she's fucking hot.
yeah,
You
yeah,
need to check him. Say, excuse me, she's a minor. She could
Yeah.
be my daughter, and I don't
Right, I
like
like
you
that.
talking about that.
yeah.
But the
Jesus.
most important thing is when you're hiring anybody that's watching anybody's children, the most important thing is ask that person, why do you love kids? Even a woman.
Yeah,
Why
of course.
do you think she loves kids? Because I'll be honest with you, I love kids, but I don't want to hang out with them. I
Yeah.
don't want to, take
Yeah,
them
I'm
on
trying to
swing
go-
sets all the time.
Yeah, I don't hang out with nobody
You
else's
see what I'm
kids
saying?
at all.
Yeah, is that for a pickup game? No, not fucking all.
Exactly.
Can your
So
kids come
someone
over
who
hang with
loves
my kids?
kids,
Like,
and I'm not saying,
You don't have any.
and I'm not saying that adults who love kids are all predators.
of course
That
not.
is not what I'm saying. But there are certain red flags.
You gotta
to look
read.
for.
You gotta read people.
Because if you have a teacher, so let's say that you have a daughter that's 6 years old. She comes home with an Apple Watch. Wouldn't that be a red flag to you?
Oh hell yeah.
People
Hell
who
yeah.
hate kids are
You
less
know,
creepy than
for-
people who love kids.
Yeah.
I don't know why. Like it's crazy.
Exactly.
Real shit. Even when it's a
So
genuine
important to
care
tell
about
kids,
kids, you gotta
do
it's
not
like,
keep secrets.
yeah. Okay. Joe, we're gonna. I'm gonna kick up a little bit here because I'm curious now. Like I said, we've talked a little. Where is Chong now? What is Chong all about? I got a whole I maybe got like 4 or 5 good FMBS questions for you too about just your everyday. But I know you're interesting. Special K knows you're interesting. What are you about now? With all you've been through, who is Chong now?
One of my favorite. I love laugh. I love comedy. I've been watching Lip Sync Battle, and I always said
Those are fun.
when I become a celebrity, I'm gonna go on that Lip Sync Battle.
Hell yeah.
Go all out.
I'm watching that
That's
shit.
goals right
That's
there.
fucking dope. Hell yeah. You like comedy? What's your favorite comedy?
I would love to try comedy. I would love to try stand-up comedy and share with people. Because I actually have some funny shit that I want to share with people.
Funny shit. Hell
Right.
yeah. Who's your favorite comedian? What's your favorite comedy? Let's go comedy
Hart.
movie. I'm sorry. who'd you say?
Kevin Hart.
Oh hell yeah.
Jay loves Kevin Hart staying up. Jay does not like Kevin Hart up acting.
Yeah, yeah. Kevin
get
Hart movie, no, but Kevin Hart stand up, that's my dude. Yeah. 100%.
Yes, me
It's like,
too.
it's like pure
I
jokes.
love him in stand-up comedy.
Yeah. Have you seen any of his movies? I know you have.
I've seen The one with Ice Cube.
Ride Along. That was the only decent one.
Right with the movie.
Yeah.
The cops.
Like his movies suck ass. All right, who's your favorite? What's your favorite show? Like TV series, comedy wise. Like is it Community or like Always Sunny? Like what's your favorite at that level?
The comedy, I like to watch anything from Robot Chicken, Family Guy, Comedy Central.
Anything Comedy
they're
Central.
coming out with a new one on Comedy Central called Southside. I actually wanted to see that. Have you seen the trailer?
No, I haven't.
Southside High. I heard that.
Over this guy, she goes, "Damn, he's fine. I want to get me some." And then the other cop goes, "Okay, you go get you some then."
Hold on, wait a minute. Is it two female cops?
Have fun. I don't like.
I might have seen that.
PC.
Right. Yeah.
It's called Southside, and it's coming on Comedy Central. Another comedy. I also like classic comedy. I like Chevy Chase.
That was
Steve
my
Martin.
next question.
Chevy Chase.
Yeah.
Community.
Yeah, that
The
was
genuine
I
comedy.
like, old-fashioned comedy. The only type of comedy I was not real big on is that, and maybe I don't know. To me, I feel like when you have too much vulgar, you're taking away the suspense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Over vulgar.
See, I'm a big anti the rom coms, romantic comedies. I hate those.
Yeah.
I can't fucking do it. Like I'm
not
sorry.
big on romantic comedy either. I'm not a chick flick. I don't like Broadway. I just want people to know that because I get my girlfriends that are like, "Oh, we need to go see the chick flick," and I'm like, "Pass."
Right.
The type of TV series, other than comedy, that I like, I also like suspense thriller. I like
yeah.
Thrillers are great.
Procedural shows.
Are
I
you a
like
horror
those.
fan? Do you like horror at all?
I like suspense or horror.
Yeah.
I like
okay.
suspense or
I
horror
like
too.
American horror. The American horror.
Horror
I
story.
like that Black Mirror. To
Black
me,
Mirror's dope.
That's a little bit of horror and suspense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If
it's
it
both
has
for
a
sure.
good plot and scares the shit out of you, then yes.
Yeah.
Now, if it's just a massive killing like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, I'm not big on that.
Yeah.
Well, like
yeah.
what's his name? The guy from Key and Peele. The guy from Key and Peele. He makes psychological thrillers. He made the movie Us,
Jordan Peele.
and
Yeah.
he made
Like,
what was,
I like
yeah.
Hannibal Lecter. I like Hannibal.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
TV series.
Hey, Hannibal is my favorite, and they canceled that too. But even the movies, Hannibal
And
is like my
also
favorite
Dexter.
fucking
I
villain.
like Dexter.
Dexter's dope.
Dexter's cool too.
Dexter's
yeah.
dope. Dexter is pretty fucking dope.
Yes.
Dexter was brilliant, actually.
Dexter's old school too. I feel that's back
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
during
It was
Weeds and stuff.
2005 or some
Yeah,
shit.
I
right?
know I was watching
Yeah.
Weeds and Dexter at the same time.
Hell yeah. What's I about to ask you? What are you watching now? Because we're big into movies, films. That's our shit. What are you watching? First off, are you a Netflix or Hulu person?
I'm both.
Yep. That you gotta have a balance. You gotta have a balance. I guess.
I also have this app called Viki because it plays Korean drama.
Oh
And
shit.
there's
Ooh,
this
ooh.
Korean drama called Viki, Viki.
Yeah.
All English subtitles. And I was actually
man.
watching a TV series called Kill It. And
Yeah.
it's about these kids that were trafficked. They grow up to be adults and they start killing the traffickers.
All those revenge kill movies. I love.
I like
those.
that too. Yeah.
I love revenge
Yeah.
killers. Those motherfuckers be dope as hell.
I love sadistic, psycho, crazy ass shit. Oh, and check this out. One of my friends told me that when I get my TV series launched, she told me, she said, "I think you should play the female trafficker in your TV series."
Oh shit.
I'm thinking about using that role.
Hey, you
But
might as well. I mean,
you know it.
I'm
Like,
about to
yeah,
say,
you
yeah.
know it.
You got everything you fucking need for it. Shit. All right, let's go. Let's go a
And
different.
I plan to dress up more like dark and goth type of look. So
It's like-
no one has ever seen me in that goth look before.
You can be like goth.
Oh.
You can be like goth with lace type shit. Cause old Madam's gotta have that little sexy kind of like.
I know exactly
Thing
what look I feel
going
like you're going
on.
for too. It's
You
a
know,
smart look.
I see it already. It's gonna be like a little Korean Elvira
I was gonna say like
bossing bitches
Maleficent or
around
whatever.
all night. You know what I'm saying? What'd you say?
Maleficent or whatever. That
Oh
one thing?
yeah.
like-
Wasn't that like the angry Snow White shit?
Yeah,
right?
it's like the angry. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn a corner with this because we're stoners as well, and you know, how do you feel about cannabis? I want to use the word
I
cannabis.
love it.
You love it?
I love it.
Do you
I
partake?
can't wait till Texas legalize it.
Hell yeah.
I got glucose. I got hysteria. I got anxiety.
Y'all, we all got all those things. That's what's
Right.
awesome about it. They literally made the qualifications.
I'm going with a notebook that day.
Yeah,
When, like
they're
everything's
like-
legalized here, I'm going with a notebook of things I can use.
This
Oh,
is
not
my
that?
this is my
The only
prescription.
thing
It's 100
that
pages.
The only thing that I don't agree with, I don't believe that any pregnant woman should drink, smoke cigarettes, or get high.
No, give the
While
kids,
you're
give the child a
Yeah,
choice.
I believe that you do need to stay clean,
Hell yeah.
and whether that you believe it's harmless or not, you don't know how that embryo is going to react. You don't know how that fetus is going to
No,
react.
you don't. You don't.
That's my only thing. But other than that, you know,
But that's an easy rule to follow.
Why
Smoke
not?
up, everybody. But
Yeah.
but since we're there, what's your favorite munchies? So
What
like
do
if
you
you're
love to eat?
fried,
munchies.
yeah. Like if you're fried and you just have to have that one thing,
Tastes so good.
like the guaranteed winner, Old Faithful.
Like a candy bar, anything.
You're gonna say
I
pizza.
have to have my spicy fried chicken.
Spicy fried chicken. Say
I love
what?
McDonald's fries.
I love.
Spicy fried chicken. Is this homemade spicy fried chicken?
Or is there
Homemade or
someplace-
Popeyes?
I was gonna
Oh,
say Popeyes.
shit. That sounds delicious. I might go to Popeyes tonight. Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Exactly.
Hell
Now,
yeah.
my favorite snacks I love to eat is I love Chex Mix. I love
Sounds some Chex
hot
Mix.
fries. I love
Hot fries are good.
Doritos.
I like hot fries.
You know,
Hell yeah. Hell
I'm a
yeah.
big shit
sunflower
person. I like
seeds,
crunch.
Fritos.
See, I just got fucking hungry as shit. What's your best?
I'm still thinking about Popeye.
What's your favorite way to smoke? If you do smoke, I don't know if you have or do. We don't need to tell everybody that. Favorite way to smoke? Would you go papers, bowl, bong, an edible? How would you do it if you did it?
All of the above.
All of the
All
above.
That's
Well,
a good answer. There's no wrong way.
What's your first choice? If you reach out your hand and something's there, what would you choose?
Probably papers.
Hell
Hard
yeah.
papers.
See, I'm a raw cone man, so I can agree with that. So we got
Like
fried
technology.
chicken and papers in common. Like, we're all here, man. We're all here. Smoke up, everybody.
You
Eat
know,
fried
it's
chicken.
funny, one of my friends, he's a music engineer here in Dallas,
Yeah.
and he would tell me about him and Snoop. I begged him, I said, when Snoop comes into
Yeah.
town, please invite me.
Oh, my
I'd
God.
be happy to do a selfie video of me smoking weed with Snoop.
That'd be the
What?
best fucking shit ever, man.
That's something you will never forget.
That's a dream, bro. Snoop is like closest you can get to a living Jesus. That's what I would say Snoop is. Like,
No,
that's
it's someone definitely cool. It's definitely cool.
it's like, you know what I mean? Like, take Jesus, mix it with some Bob Marley, and you got Snoop Dogg. And this is the dopest shit ever.
He's someone I feel like you could get caught smoking weed with and anywhere, and it's like, oh, that's Snoop. You guys have fun, and like the other people just walk away.
Real shit. All right, Chong, another random question. It's in our universe.
Yes.
We had a little interview the other day, and we asked the same question because, you know, once again, we're in the movies, and I'm curious about this whole movie situation with Marvel. Now, do you watch the Marvel movies? Are you into those? The whole Avengers thing, Iron Man, all that?
I have watched a lot of theirs,
Still
but
see
probably not
Endgame.
in chronological form.
Yeah, I don't think nobody can do that. That might not be possible. Hold on, wait. Wasn't Texas? Didn't y'all have the big Marvel movie marathon down there somewhere? Like a day
If
before?
they did, I wasn't invited.
Yeah, I heard about it. I thought it was like Dallas. They had a theater, and it was literally like a 13-hour marathon, and you got like 2 breaks in between. But that's beside my
I
question.
can see Dallas being huge.
I
though.
could not fucking doing that. But I heard Dallas is a dope place. Like, I'm never doing that. But my question is, are you tired of Marvel movies? The movie theaters.
No, I was actually sad that they ended it.
I love all these
But
answers.
I like
This
to
is
see-
great. I'm
answer.
sorry. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead.
would
Pass.
actually like to see more Black Panther. I want
Hell
to see
yeah.
where that goes.
Yeah.
I would also like to see more minorities and diverse cast.
Hell yeah.
That's what I would like to see.
Hell yeah. Get some more chocolate up in there.
Native
Uh,
American, Hispanic, Asian.
do they have an Hispanic? in Marvel?
The Green Hornet. What's his name?
Like
Peter-
in the movies that they release, is there a Hispanic guy?
Oh no, I don't know this.
There's an Asian chick, the Asian chick in Guardians of the Galaxy. So we good there. You know, we got that covered. We got a couple black guys. You know, we got Batista. I don't know what the fuck he is. Greasy Italian or something.
Yeah, he could be
I
anything.
don't know, but
He's terrifying.
anyway, are you gonna miss Robert Downey Jr. in the Marvel universe?
Yes.
He made it.
And my goal is I plan to invite him to appear in my TV series.
Invite us
That's
too.
my goal.
Invite us too.
I feel like Robert Downey has like swag to him. That's just
If you don't invite us when you meet Robert Downey or Snoop, this friendship's over.
all right.
Daggone it.
Here's a promise I'm going to make for you guys. Once I get the pilot up and running, I'm going to invite you guys to come on set to interview some of our cast and crew.
That'd be fucking.
That'd be sweet.
That'd be
That was
fucking
fun.
love, Chong. Well, shit, that's a good surprise.
We're friendly people.
But yeah, hell yeah. But yeah, we had to take you into our world for a minute. I just wanted to see, especially, you got anything particular you want to ask?
No, I found this whole thing interesting. I didn't know the title of the movie, but I'm like now to the point like Eden and I like want to see it.
Yeah,
Like I love the whole story. I'm fascinated with information and just learning shit.
yeah.
Like I feel like I'm one of these shy people that obviously could have easily been taken over as a child. I was just grew up in a place where nobody wanted to be in general.
Yeah,
So I just kind of lucked out in that scenario, but it's just great learning all this kind of stuff. Like
yeah.
it's crazy to me. It's cool.
That was a powerful statement, Special K. That was fucking more powerful than you thought. That was great. But yeah,
real.
I was gonna watch the movie too, and I'm kind of glad I didn't watch it before you actually told me the story. Because
Yeah.
I like
Okay.
hearing it from you is
It's like no.
Yeah.
There's stuff like I feel like I know you held back saying. It's like I know it's like oh I want to watch this.
yeah, and
right
even
now.
even you even already corrected something in the movie. You know what I mean? And I'm like, okay, now I can watch it from the source because I'm sure all of us watch shit based on true events and think like, hey, how much did they change, or how much is different?
Yep.
And you know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I might use it as like a type of bibliography and like pause and text you like, all right, did this really happen? Because I don't know.
All right.
You know what I mean? But I think it's amazing to fucking be able to go through something like that, come out of it, and still have a fucking story to tell. Not shelter up, not close up, not run from the world, but let the world into yours.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think
Exactly.
that's probably,
Exactly.
if there's ever a reason for bad shit happening, because they say everything happens for a reason. Like that's definitely it. You know what I mean? For yourself, it's the reward of, hey, I know I can get through this shit. Hey, I know what I've been through. I know that even when it's over, it's never over. You're gonna never like forget that drive. Like you're never gonna lose that ability to live. Like, you know what I mean? No matter what happens. And the other side of that is you empowering other people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Absolutely.
from even if it's not people that's been in sex trafficking, even people that's just been raped or sexual abused, like you give them the ability to be like, all right, I can talk about this shit.
Take tragedy and turn it into empowerment.
You know what I mean? Like I don't have to fucking, because the sad thing is, and you even said some people got into life, is that any abuse from anywhere, any type of abuse, most people pay it forward. Most people go on and abuse the next person, and that person abuses the next person because they never got it off their chest.
Exactly. Exactly. I'm a firm believer that you have got to deal with the issues.
Yeah, man.
Otherwise, if you hold on to that anger, you become the very thing you hate.
Yeah, it eats
I'm
you.
a firm believer of that.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, we're gonna wrap it up here, Chong. But I want you to one more time tell everybody you got the what you're working on, where they can go to see you, learn about you, listen to you, all that.
So right now we're actually running a GoFundMe campaign for the Every 40 Seconds. You can actually go to my website at www.chongkim.com.
And you put it up there.
We'll have it on the
So
screen
when
for
you
you
go to
too.
my welcome page, you'll see the GoFundMe video on the first page after my poem and after the trailer for Eden. Click on that. We're looking for a donation because we're raising $35,000. $10,000 is to create the scissor reel for our pilot. The other $10,000 is to pitch to investors so we can finance the pilot. Our pilot budget is $850,000 for
Okay.
one episode, up to $3 million, depending on what type of cast we get.
Okay.
So,
Cool.
and when people donate, you'll see the perk. You'll get to be invited to our red carpet. You'll get to be invited to our wrap-up party. We'll even send you a plane ticket and things like that.
That's amazing.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we'll definitely have that all that shit
Yeah.
posted. You guys see it right there. Is anything else you want to make sure you get across? Because we don't want to forget done. This is really important. I think.
Yes.
Like we've never
We're
done
doing
nothing.
What's called,
We've
we're
never done
actually
anything
doing
that
a
was
video challenge.
video
We're
challenge.
actually doing a video challenge. It's called Every 40 Seconds Challenge. So you'll notice some of my friends have posted videos.
Yep.
The video has to be no more than 1 minute. I mean, no more than 1 minute. But you just do a selfie video, or you can do a video with a friend saying why you support the Every 40 Seconds campaign. Then you challenge someone. So I challenge so-and-so to either donate $40 or do 40 push-ups or eat them or watch them eat 40 cookies.
Yeah.
But they have to do the push-ups or do the 40 challenge on video. They can't
Awesome.
say, oh, I did 40 push-ups. No, you got to show that on the video. Then you challenge someone else to do something.
Special K,
If
we
you
gonna
wanna
smoke
add in the ice
40
bucket,
joints.
you can add in whatever you want.
Yeah, we smoking 40
So
joints,
make sure
Chong.
you hashtag the Every 40 Seconds campaign. It's hashtag Every 40 Seconds campaign.
All
So
right.
add that on your video.
Got you. I got you for sure. Hell yeah. And we smoking 40 joints, Chong. You probably heard
We'll do
that.
something cool for
We're
it.
gonna smoke 40,
Yeah.
40 joints.
Have like a minute like
Are you
video
guys
of it
going
all.
to give me
Yeah.
40 puffs?
Hell yeah, 40
Going
puffs.
to give me 40 puffs?
Oh, we can get all the stoners in on that shit. Yeah, we got a decent following right now.
We
We
can probably get 40 seconds for like 40 puffs for each different people.
oh yeah,
Like,
we can get that.
taking a hit.
We gonna work on that. That's I'm gonna have a busy fucking week, but I'm down. It's for a good cause.
Yes.
Right? Gives us something to do anyway.
Absolutely.
Hell
So
yeah.
we're trying to build the momentum because if we get enough videos, I plan to send it to like Steve Harvey, Ellen, so that way people see our campaign.
Ellen will do that shit for sure.
Oh yeah.
Ellen will be
We'll
key.
be all about that.
Ellen is like the white female Jesus. It's like
I don't
so
know.
many. It's a couple Jesuses right now. She's one of them too. You know, she dance when she come out.
Yes.
People love her, man. They do what she say. She got
She got
more
a
power
following.
than the fucking president, I'm sure. But
Yep.
Chong, it was fucking lovely talking
That
to
was
you.
great.
I want to know if you'll come back for another show and just kick it with us with our topics
Absolutely.
All right,
and just
come back
sit here and
around.
talk some shit.
We're
Like,
cool.
cause
Yes.
you're fucking fun, dude. Like, you know what I mean?
Blast in the past.
You know, and if there's not anything else you want to say, Special K, if you don't have anything,
Nah, it was a wondrous day. I had a good time.
wondrous day.
Yeah, wondrous.
You've never used that word, dog.
Dropped
was
it.
Chong, you made him say new words. You made him say new words. That's how awesome you are.
Right?
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been dope. It was definitely different. I hope y'all learned
We enjoyed.
something. And I hope you're all aware. Be a better parent if you're a shitty parent. I'm gonna say
Pay
that.
the fuck attention.
And you know, treat people like people. You know what I'm saying? If we all just be nice, it would like alleviate a lot of shit. You know what I mean? The self-esteem thing, all that shit comes from just people just being assholes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It all starts somewhere. It's more to it than that, of course, but just generally being a nice, respectable motherfucker will help. You know what I mean?
Try to walk in other people's shoes.
And smoke some goddamn weed sometimes, guys. Eat spicy fried chicken. Watch Netflix. You know what I mean? We having a problem. Just sit down, shut up, and get high. Jesus, Lord.
Right?
But we out this motherfucker, man.
We
Chong, nice talking to you. Special K,
Thank
Hateful
you.
J, we out. Y'all be good.
Later.
Bye.